Good morning. It's our last morning together. Oh, are you so sad? I'm sad. I'm outside with Liz. She was harassing me to go outside, so I fed the birdies. We're outside. It is cool and damp. It's about 52 degrees. And I don't know if it rained or if it's just like, it looks like it rained last night. But yeah, so we went to a friend's house last night for dinner. They actually had like a party on Saturday, but we couldn't go because we had the other thing to go to. So, they actually invited us over Sunday with another couple who we never met before, and they were really, really nice. And so we had a really nice time together. And then they were just giving us all of their leftover stuff from their party. And like, that doesn't sound as nice as it really was. Like, the flowers were left over from their party, which are gorgeous, and I'm so happy to have. And then they also got cupcakes from Sugar Bakery, which I've talked about on my last vlog last year. And they had leftovers of that, so they gave us that. And then I think that was it. She said that, my friend said that she had like a bunch of pasta and like fish left over, like sole and stuff. And she told me that she was going to give some to me, but then she must have forgotten or whatever. So I'm wondering if she'll call me this week. We live really close to each other. So I wonder if she'll call me this week and be like, come get this stuff. Because I'll totally take it. I love food, so I'll take leftover food too, no problem. It's a little after 8 o'clock and I have my volunteer work this morning. I have to cut it short though because I have my dentist appointment at 11. And then I have to go to the post office. My dentist office is right next to the post office. So I'm going to do that. And then I might go and get that burrito salad that I love so much. I'm like addicted. So I might go do that because that's not that far from I'm like already halfway there from my dentist appointment. So Liz, there's this hole in the fence. And in the last month, there's like last couple of weeks, we've noticed she's had like a couple ticks on her, and we get sprayed for ticks. So we're like, what the heck is happening? Like, I'm really surprised because we had one year when we started spraying for ticks, it was so bad. And then we like never saw a tick on her. So we're like, what the heck is happening? There's this part of the fence. We just have deer fencing. You probably can't even see it. But we have deer fencing up around our yard, and that's definitely enough. I mean, she could blow through it, but she doesn't test it. So, but the part of the fence came down, and I can't remember if it came down when we got a tree taken down. So we got a tree taken down right here, and here's like the rest of it. So a couple of parts of our fence actually came down when Liz, hold on. Lizzie, come on. So, a couple of parts of the fence actually came down, and we put one of them up, and then deer have actually taken it down. I think because it's black. I don't know if can deer see color? Because I've seen deer fencing that's orange. And they're big, and so they just like have come through. So anyway, we put a couple spots back up, but Sean wanted to leave this part down. I don't know if it's like when he's leaf blowing, it's like a good spot because see, this is like all woods. Like that's where the fence is down, and that's like all woods. So we can blow our leaves into that spot. So I don't know if that's why he did it, but he usually just goes, Liz, come on, babe. He usually goes over them and mulches them. I don't know if you can see. Oh, we need to power wash our house. Ew. So see, there's like leaves around the bottoms of the trees, but all the rest are like all mulched up. That apparently is supposed to be good for your grass. I don't know. So anyway, oh, don't look at my house. That's terrible. So we have so much tree cover. I'm like going back and forth over this, but not back and forth, but like I'm jumping from topic to topic. So anyway, I don't know if he's going to like blow the leaves from around the trees into that spot, or I don't know. So anyway, that's why I think he left it down. But then Liz goes in there, and I think that's where Liz is getting ticks. our house needing to get power washed. We have a lot of trees on our property, which you've probably seen. I'll try not to. So this tree is a big, I think it's maple, and we just took a bunch of limbs down, dead limbs. So I don't think that's going to reduce our leaves. We did take a couple that were like over the roof that are leaf producing. So, and then the rest of the trees in the front yard, like none of those came down. So this is all to say, and then obviously the woods that are surrounding our house. This is all to say that we don't get a lot of sunlight. So our grass is a lot of moss, and we will get algae and stuff or whatever you call it on our house and our roof. The roof should be better this year or next year because we took a tree down in the backyard that was covering, shading a lot of the house, and two trees in the backyard and one on the side of our house that was giving a lot of cover. So I think our roof itself will get a lot of more sun. Sorry, I'm getting kind of close. But our house, our property is just mostly shady. So we get a lot of moss. We get a lot of like stuff because it's shady. So anyway, like you care. Listen, this is the last day of a very long month. And I watched Andrea's yesterday. She put 2 together. So I think it was the 29th and 30th together, which she often does on the weekends anyway. And she was like, I feel like I've just been really boring. I'm just like a normal, boring person. And it's like, yeah, we're normal, boring people. And some people really like to watch that stuff. I actually really like to watch that stuff. So, and I know her personally and we text. So a lot of the stuff in the vlog I've actually already even heard about, and I still watch it just because I'm a weirdo and I like that kind of stuff. But I get it's not for everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But anyway, it's the end of a very long month where you've pretty much seen the same thing every single day almost. And so I have to find things to talk about, like my shady yard and my greenhouse that needs to be power washed. Okay, well, my hand is getting cold. Liz is ready to go inside. Hi, Liz. Good girl. So it's supposed to be sunny today, I think. So I might be able to get some good pictures of us, me and my... Stop. Her in her snood and me in my sweater. Okay. You have to get out of the way. Look at her. She's like blocking the whole door. I can't get up. Move. I have my coffee in my arm. Her in her snood and me in my sweater. All right. Well, you're not giving me any room. So go. Hurry up or the cat's going to get out. Go. Oh, God. This is really hard. Okay, there. Go. The cat is like... always trying to get out. He never like runs out. He totally could, but he never runs. He's just always checking it out and then threatens to run out. Okay. So, what was I saying? Oh, so I might be able to get pictures of her in her snood and me in my sweater today. Tomorrow it is supposed to rain, but I think today is supposed to be, I think today's supposed to be cloudy, but not raining. Okay. And then I think the rest of the week is supposed to be sunny. Not like it matters because my vlog is over. All right, guys, I will see you in a little bit. Hello, I am on my way to my dentist appointment. I realize I need gas. I have plenty of gas to get there. It's just like, I hate getting gas. So, I have a couple of things. First of all, I had a viewer who messaged me. I won't say who it is, but because they're probably fine with me saying who it is, but they didn't like comment on the video. So maybe they don't want anyone knowing. That's why they direct messaged me. I don't know, but I had a viewer message me and said, here's a little suggestion about meal planning. She comes up with dinners for the week, and I think a few friends also do it. So they come up with meals for the first week, and then they swap menus. That is genius. I think that's an amazing idea. But then she also said that they had to set some expectations because one of the meals was like super complicated the first week. But anyway, I think that's an awesome idea. And I think other people would think that's an awesome idea too. That's why I'm sharing it here. My second thing that I would like to say is that human nature is very funny. And here's a little takeaway from a real life example from me, is that I had this whole spiel about talking to the camera while driving. And I was going on and on and on about how I don't think it's the most dangerous thing you could be doing, and any driving is distracted driving, and like you could be talking. I'm only reason why I'm restating this is somebody might not have seen that episode. But anyway, I if it's hands-free, I kind of look at it like you're talking to a person who's a passenger in your car. So if you're like driving with your mate or driving with a friend and you're talking to them, what's the difference between that and talking on a video? As long as you're using hands-free and you're not staring at yourself at the video, right? What's the difference? It's still distracted driving. Okay. That being said, I had someone comment on my Rhinebeck one, so I'm assuming she has not watched my vlogs, which is fine. A lot of people don't like daily vlogging, and a lot of people like Rhinebeck, so it's fine. I don't care about that. But I talked to the camera while driving on my Rhinebeck video, and she said pictures of scenery and like that kind of stuff was fun, but driving and talking to the camera was not fun. So I'm assuming that she has a problem with that, or she thought it was dangerous or something, which she's allowed, she's 100% allowed. My point with this whole thing is that after that, I then stopped driving and talking to the camera. Even though there's a huge truck coming, even though I totally said that I did not think it was that bad. I did have other people agree with me, and I'm sure there were plenty of people who disagree with me, and that is completely fair. You are allowed to not like something that I'm doing, even though I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I'm not sure she's even a subscriber, because like I said, I don't think that she watches my vlogs. Not that that should matter. Everyone's opinion is valid, whether or not you're subscribed to my channel, so I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying this person I'd never met before had an opinion, a negative opinion about something I was doing, and I stopped doing it. Even though I wholeheartedly still believe there's nothing wrong with it. I've also said numerous times, like, if I'm not for you, that's totally cool. I'm not going to change what I'm doing just because somebody doesn't like it, and then I did it, and then I did it. So I just think human nature is fascinating to me, that I say all this stuff, I wholeheartedly believe the things that I'm saying, and then one person's opinion made me second guess the things that I was doing. I just thought it was really interesting, and I thought you guys might find that interesting too. And it's no negative to this person. It's no negative to whether or not they like me. It's I feel completely fine about all of those things. Like, it has nothing to do with not being like. It's just like that little thing wormed into my head and changed the way that I behave publicly, I guess, because why would I talk to the camera if it wasn't for the public? But you know what I mean? Even though I still don't think there's anything wrong with it, I disagree with her opinion, and that's fair. She can disagree with mine too. Even though I disagree, I was like, I don't know, what if people don't like it? So weird. Human nature is a funny thing. Anyway, that's it for now. Okay, everybody, I left the dentist. My hygienist said that I did wonderful as always. She said, easy as always. And then that same dentist, I feel bad. I don't know her name. I don't know if it's like the masks and stuff. Like, I can't hear them correctly. But, and then I was actually going to ask again, but I forgot. But she's very nice. I know I made her out to be the bad guy about my cavity, but Jada was like, oh, do you mind if Dr. Now I can't remember her name, or I didn't really hear it, checks you? She checked you last time. And I was like, yeah, sure. And she comes in and I go, although last time you told me I had a cavity. She's like, I did? And I'm like, yeah, and I've never had a cavity. And Jada goes, I know, I heard her say it. And I was like, uh-oh. Anyway, but she said, it's really tiny. It's not very deep. We're just watching it. We can still watch it, so, and I told her, I said, I've really been brushing it really good because I really don't want to have a filling. And she's like, no, it looks good. It's like, fine. We're still watching it. And then she said, I had a beautiful smile and I have beautiful teeth. And I said, good, because they cost me a lot of money. But anyway, so the dentist went well. And she was probably just saying that because I gave her a hard time and she was scared of me. People like to tell me that they're afraid of me, and I don't know why, but whatever. So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna treat myself to lunch. I act like I don't always treat myself to lunch. I always treat myself to lunch. Oh, and I also need gas. That's okay. There's a gas station right off the exit, which I hate doing because the ones right off the exit are always expensive, but whatever. It is what it is. I need gas. That's it. I'll talk to you later. Oh, I also want to do my nails. I have these nail strips. They're polished strips. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but you guys seem to like my last one with my, oh my gosh, New York. I hate people. You know why he doesn't want to do it? He doesn't want to move over because there was a cop on the other lane. He had plenty of room to move over, and it's probably actually better that it would have been better if he did, but he didn't want to move over, I think, because there was a cop there. Whatever. Anyway, you'll learn how to merge. Oh, so I'm going to be doing these nail strips, and you guys seem to like that when I did the gel dip, so I thought I would show you guys these. I'm not sure how many people. They seem to be pretty popular, so a lot of you probably have used them before, but I do them a lot, and I really like them, and I got a really nice fall color, so I think I'm going to do that when I get home, and I will show you guys. Okay, that's it. Goodbye. Hello. I am here to do my nails with you. It's almost 3 o'clock. I really hope this doesn't take very long because I still have work to do. I mean, I can totally do it tomorrow, but I'm the type of person that kind of just wants to get it done. I mean, it's fine if I don't. I got a new toothbrush at the doctor's office, and it's new toothbrushes. Act Clean by Henry Schein. So Henry Schein is a dental software company. I mean, I think they're a supply company too. It's a very big company that they support dental software, like practice management software, and they do supplies, but apparently they're doing, and I mean supplies by like dental drills and hand tools and things like that, but apparently they do toothbrushes too. He used to do Colgate toothbrushes. I just looked in my goodie bag, which, by the way, I wish a goodie bag came with more than just a toothbrush and toothpaste. Like, where's my, first of all, where's my little floss that only has a meter of floss in it? And second of all, where is, like, I don't know, a fun little toy or something? It's just very annoying. And, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like this toothbrush. It's just weird. It's not in a box, it's in a bag, and it's by Henry Schein. Not Colgate like that's on their bag. And their toothpaste is Colgate. He probably got them super cheap. We're going to do nails. We're not here to talk about the dentist. We're here to talk about nails. Okay. So I'm doing these things. They are nail polish strips, and there's like a zillion different types of nail polish strips out there. Some of them, which I have currently, are like actual gel that you cure. It's like uncured gel, and then it cures with a light. Those are fun to use. I like them. They have these, which are kind of like vinyl. They're more like vinyl. They have some that are actual nail polish. And so the way that they go on, they're thinner. There's no drying time, but, they like actually crack versus this, which doesn't crack. So if you guys want me to do a review, they have one brand that's like an MLM. Actually, they have two brands that are an MLM. Color Street is an MLM, and Jamberry is an MLM. So Jamberry is more like this, and there are nail polish strips that are actual polish, which is Color Street, which I've done them all. And these ones, in my personal opinion, this brand, Dashing Diva, is the most beginner friendly. I think that they're the most forgiving. They're the easiest to work with. They don't dry out like the nail polish strips like Color Street. Once you open them, they will dry out and crack, like you can't reuse them. These, I sometimes, if my nail bed is short enough, I can cut in half, and so I get like twice as many manicures out of one of these. And then the other one, like Vanity Table, which I also have, is like a gel, uncured gel, and you cure it with a light. and those are harder to use because you have to cure them. They're great because they get nice and hard, but then also if there's any lifting, I think they're harder to remove, and also they'll like, if you like go like this through your hair, they'll get caught in your hair, which these have a tendency, they're harder to lift because they're thinner. I can do like a whole review. I'm not a nail person. I mean, I'm a nail person, but like, I'm not a beauty channel. I'm a yarn channel. And the only reason why you're seeing this is because it's my vlog, but, I'm slowly debating on doing Vlogmas, which I won't call it Vlogmas because I don't celebrate Christmas, but, maybe I could do, if I do that, maybe I could do a review of all the different types. Cause I have a bunch of different types, so I could show you, and also I don't have a problem buying another type. Okay, so this comes with instructions. I have already cleaned, and I haven't cleaned, but I've prepped my nails where I've pushed the cuticle back, I filed, I have them the shape that I want. Okay, so this comes with a file, a nail prep pad, and the nail strips. This comes with 32 gel nail strips. There are, as you can see, solid colors. There are accent nails, and then they just started coming out with like larger for your thumbs. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to do any accent nails this time around. I think I'm just going to do just this color, and this is the color that I wanted that dip powder to be. So I think I'm going to do just this color. I don't think I'm going to do any accent nails, even though this one is very cute. Okay, so I'm going to prep my nails. I don't know if I should turn this around so you can see me, but I'm just going to. And let it dry. Okay. And it's just alcohol is all it is. Okay. Maybe I'll try to turn this. Okay. That's not too bad. I just want to be able to like see what I'm doing in the front, because when I did it the other way, it was hard for me to see. So I start from the pinky and work my way to the thumb. I do both my pinkies, both my pointer, or both my ring fingers, middle fingers, pointers, thumbs. So the easiest way to do this, is because this is clear, as you can see, this back is clear. What I do is I just kind of measure it up to my nail. The general rule of thumb is that you want it to be smaller than your nail. If you have an option of being smaller or bigger, you want it to be a touch smaller, because you don't want it to go anywhere on your skin, because it won't adhere to your skin, and so it just causes more lifting. So I think I'm with the smallest size here. As you can also see, one side it looks like is a little narrower than the other side. Often my nails aren't exactly the same size. So when I have the opportunity to cut them in half and use one strip for both nails, both hands, I can use the thinner side for one nail and the thicker side for the wider side for the other nail. And as you can see, I have 2 strips. So if I didn't want to cut them in half, I wouldn't have to. The other thing is I have a cuticle pusher. Let me just put this up so you can actually see me. Because I don't like when people talk to the camera without showing their face. So I have a cuticle pusher that is a rubber tip on it, and I really like that to smooth it out, but for some reason I can't find it, which is fine. My finger works just fine, but ideally if I had that, I would definitely be using it, but I don't know where it is. Okay, so the other thing I had to get scissors. Oh, I'm sorry guys. I had to get scissors to cut them in half. I use my craft scissors because they're nice and small and they're sharp. So I tend to do that. The other thing that it should have come with, that it usually comes with, is a wooden cuticle pusher. I'm going to take you with me again. A wooden cuticle pusher. I have a bajillion of them, so I don't actually need it. But I do like to use it because then I don't have to touch the strip. Oh, that's very dark. So let me just pull one out of my little handy dandy nail thing. Okay, because if you touch the sticky part of the strip, then it won't be sticky anymore, right? So I'll show you how I use this. I just got a wooden one to avoid touching the strip. Okay, so I'm going to use the smallest one, and I'm actually going to cut it in half because I do think that these are long enough. I don't know how well you can see it. Like I said, I'm not a beauty blogger, so I don't have all of the equipment for that kind of thing. But usually you can just lift up one side and then cut it in half. Okay. Then what I do is I use the cuticle pusher. I think this is called an orange stick to pull it up on its tip so I'm not touching it. And then I align it with the base. See if I can get, and try to center it. Okay, so I'm just going to hold the tip of it and then center it on my nail as best I can. Okay, and then I put it, I stick it down, but it's not fully stuck down, as you can see. So then what I try to do without touching the part that's going to touch my nail, if there's enough there, I actually try to stretch it as much as I can, because what happens is you don't want to get any wrinkles. Can you see that? So you don't want to get any wrinkles in it, because the wrinkles will cause it to lift. It will have air pocket underneath it, and so water can get under there. And then I just smooth it out. And this is when if I had my rubber one, I would put the rubber on it. Oh, the wood's not too bad. What I don't want to do is rip it with the wood. So I'm just gently pressing. With the rubber one, I can press more. Okay. So then I have this overhang, as you can see, right? Then what you do is you take the provided nail file and you file down against the tip of your nail. And this will cause it to basically score and perforate. And it will eventually work all the way through. And you'll be able to pull the tip of it off. Now, there are much better tutorials out there. I just thought you guys might like to see. So see how it's coming apart? And see, now it's starting to come off. Now, the trick with this part is you want to go in the same direction. You don't want to go across like this to file it off, because it's still pliable and malleable. It could wrinkle and will look very jagged and ragged. So you want it to look as straight and even as possible. The smooth side of this is also meant to finish it off. It doesn't actually take anything off. But see, I can go back and forth with this, because what it will do will smooth the edge and continue to bond it to my nail. Because the edges are where you want to make sure that you get very smooth, or not smooth, but a very stuck down. You want to make sure that they're adhered really well to your nail, because that's where they'll start lifting first. That's where you'll get water or lotion underneath them, and that's when they'll start to come off. But these will last they can last up to 14 days if you apply them right and you prep your nails. That's the other thing I can't stress enough, is prepping your nails. You want to make sure that they're clean, that you've done the alcohol wipe, you push your cuticles back. I do a little light buff on them, but then also because sometimes when you push your cuticle back, you still have a little bit hanging on. You want to make sure that's off, because any of that stuff, it's gonna compromise how it adheres. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the second one. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lift it up by its edge so I don't touch the bottom, because I don't want any fingerprints on the bottom there. I'll line it up with my nail. You also want to leave a little gap between the end of your nail and the base of your nail and your skin. You don't want to put it directly right up to the cuticle. So I pulled it a little, I stretched it a little, and now I'm just pushing it down to make sure it sticks. Now, obviously my left hand is not dominant, so when I do this part, it's a little, it's a little more herky-jerky because my left hand is not my dominant hand. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the file side and I'm just gonna push it down against the tip of my nail, and it will start to score it against my nail edge and file that off. And you want to go in the same direction, as close to the edge of your nail as possible. And if you do have to go across the nail like this, sorry, you're going to want to go nice and smooth with light pressure, because you don't want it to start to lift it off your nail. And eventually you'll just be able to peel it off. And then you can very gently file the free edge of your nail. Okay, and then take the smooth side and go against it to smooth it off. So that one is a little bit not as good, because sometimes what happens is it's hard to see because my camera's not phenomenal, but what will happen is it will file off a little lower than the free edge of your nail. So then you'll have the free edge of your nail peeking out underneath. So then what I do is I just file my nail a little shorter so that it meets the color strip. And then that usually takes care of that problem. But people really aren't looking close enough. Like if you look at that, people aren't really looking close enough at your nail to be like, oh, that looks terrible, you know? So yeah, so that's all I do. And then I'm just going to do the rest of them, and I will show you when I'm done, okay? Okay, so I'm done. I took my time. Did take about an hour. It normally doesn't take an hour, but that first piece that I recorded for you obviously took a little longer because I was talking, and then I've been like texting, and then I got a phone call in the middle of it. And so it's taken long. It took longer than I wanted it to. But anyway, they're done. So this is what they look like. It's hard for the camera to really focus on it, but you know, they look pretty good. I mean, it's not like salon quality. It's not like people would think, but I mean, from afar, like really honestly, like they look really good. And if they last a week, I'll be happy. Sometimes I do get a little more than a week out of them, but I am also very careful with my nails. My hands in particular, because I have very dry skin and I have eczema. So like washing the dishes, for example, I always use gloves. I moisturize a lot, which I guess the oils from the lotion probably isn't really great for it. But like if I were to do anything outside, I put gloves on. Like I'm really, really, really careful with my hands because of eczema. So I think I'm gentler on my hands than the average person. I have a friend who gardens and doesn't wear dishwashing gloves and doesn't garden with gloves on. And she says they last over a week for her. She has used this very same brand. So I think it really just depends. Like this one got like a little bit wrinkly on the top. You can't really see. But anyway, I mean, I think they look good. They're the color that I wanted from that stupid dip manicure that turned out bright red. And so, yeah, so that's it. I thought you'd like to see it. So anyway, I'm not sure how much more talking I'm going to do. My husband will be home soon, and I don't usually talk in front of him. So, but I will, I mean, I'm going to put some more clips in here of what, you know, our dinner or whatever. But I probably won't talk to you guys again. So thank you so much for watching my Vlogtober. It's been really fun. I definitely am tired and could use a break, but it was really fun this time around again. And I met some even more new people and got closer with some people throughout this whole month. And it's really been fun for me. So thank you so much. And thank you for making it fun. And thank you for listening to my rambling and ranting and complaining and all kinds of other things. It's been real. And I'll see you guys soon.